Hi, my name is Patrick Reagan. Welcome to Mobile Devices, where we go in depth of mobile devices, including smartphones. In Part 3, Troubleshooting Common Mobile Device Issues, we'll cover common issues with mobile devices and smartphones, including poor battery health, swollen battery, broken screen, liquid damage, overheating, and degraded performance. If you're preparing for the A+ exam, stick around. I've included some practice questions toward the end to help you test your knowledge and help prepare you for the A+ exam. If this video helps you out, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the Pat Has Your Back channel so you don't miss what's next. Today, many phones are water resistant, not waterproof. Water resistance means the device can withstand some exposure to water, like splashes or brief submersion, but not the extended periods or deep submersion. A wet phone can exhibit several symptoms. Visual symptoms include moisture behind the screen, such as fog, condensation, or water droplets behind the display glass, or large dark areas on the screen with no visible damage that can indicate a cracked screen. Signs of corrosion or unusual growth on charging ports, headphone jacks, or other external openings. And many phones have a liquid damage indicator, or LDI, that changes color when exposed to water, typically from white or silver to pink or red. Functional symptoms include difficulty charging or the phone not recognizing the charger, distorted or muffled sound from speakers or microphones, unresponsive, erratic, or malfunctioning touchscreen. The phone might turn on or off by itself. The battery might drain faster than usual after water exposure. Liquid can cause app malfunctions, including the inability to open apps. The home screen may appear black or distorted, and the camera may stop working if exposed to moisture. When a phone gets wet, you should remove it from the liquid immediately. The longer it stays there, the more liquid will seep into various inlets. Turn the phone off and leave it off for at least a day or until the phone appears dry and several hours later. Remove the protective case. If possible, open the back and remove the battery, SIM card, and microSD card if you have one. Use a cloth or paper towel to dab your phone dry. Do not rub the phone, as doing so could accidentally push liquid into the phone's more sensitive parts. Keep the phone in a cool, dry place. Put the phone in an airtight container and fill the bag with silica gel packets and bury the phone in the bag. Leave your phone in the bag for 24 to 48 hours. Don't use rice, as grains get stuck in the ports and crevices, and dust can exacerbate corrosion and damage the mobile device's internal components. After you allow your phone to fully dry, switch it on. If it doesn't turn on right away, charge it fully and try again. Getting your phone wet generally cancels warranty. The best way to prevent a cracked phone screen is to use a protective case with plastic or glass cover for the front. Broken screens can be replaced for a fraction of the cost from a service center or for replacement. Depending on the model, screen replacements can run from $50 to $200. As long as the glass isn't chipped or breaking off, apply a screen protector to safeguard against further damage and slow down or prevent cracks from getting worse. You can also try super glue to fill in small cracks. You'll need precision tools and possibly specialized tool to replace the screen. An example of replacing the screen on the iPhone 14 is shown on the screen. You should note some of the wires that connect things in the phone are very sensitive and can be easily broken if you're not careful. Signs that your battery is about to or has failed. Your battery does not hold its charge as long. Mobile devices tell you the battery needs replacing. And your mobile device keeps overheating. Lithium-based batteries can swell and produce a gas when they are overheated. When electrolytes that separate the batteries degrade, which changes into gas. When the layers are no longer separated, the layers start to short and cause hot spots, which can cause fires. Removing a swollen battery can be hazardous, but leaving a swollen battery inside the device also poses risks. To prevent potential device and bodily harm, don't operate your device with a swollen battery. If your smartphone is not charging properly, follow these troubleshooting steps to isolate and fix the issue. Check the charging cable and adapter, including trying a different cable and adapter. Make sure you connect it to an active socket or USB socket. Check for fraying or kinks in the cable, burnt smells, or damage near connectors, and loose or wobbly USB connections. Some chargers don't work well with certain outlets or power strips. Inspect the charging port, including using a flashlight, to inspect for lint, dust, or debris, which will be gently cleaned with a toothpick, compressed air, or small brush, and bent or broken connection pins, which most likely will need to be professionally repaired or replaced. Restart or power cycle the phone to clear any software glitches. If the battery is too low to power on, try force rebooting by holding the power plus volume down buttons, which may vary by models. And check for software issues. Update your OS that may fix software bugs that can affect charging. Boot in a safe mode if possible to check if your third-party apps are interfering. Check for overheating or temperature issues, which the phone may pause charging to protect the battery. Let it return to room temperature before trying again. If available, run battery diagnostic. Some phones will have built-in diagnostic. Go to Settings, Battery Usage or Health, or dial specific codes for hardware tests. Try wireless charging if supported. If wireless charging works but wired doesn't, the charging port may be damaged. If all else fails, seek professional repair, which could be a battery degradation, damaged charging port, or motherboard or power chip issues. If your smartphone has poor battery life, check battery usage by going to Settings, Battery, to see what's draining power. Look for apps using high percentages unexpectedly. Remove or limit background use of power-hungry apps. Enable battery saving mode. Battery saver on Androids or low power mode on iPhones reduces background activity, brightness, and syncing. Turn it on manually and set it to activate automatically of a certain percentage. Reduce screen power consumption, including lower screen brightness or set to auto brightness, or decrease screen timeouts. Use dark mode if your phone has an OLED or AM OLED screen. Turn off unused wireless features, including disable when not needing Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location services such as GPS, and 5G for mobile data if coverage is poor, which forces the phone to search constantly. Use airplane mode in low signal areas. Limit background app activities. On Android, you would select Settings, Apps, the app name, the battery, and restrict background usage. On iPhones, Settings, General, Background app refresh, and then turn off for non-essential apps. If you have poor battery life, you should consider updating your phone. Battery improvements are often included in OS updates. Update both the operating system and your apps. Remove or replace battery draining apps. Identify apps with high battery usage and update them. Replace them with lighter alternatives or uninstall if unnecessary. Avoid extreme temperatures. Heat and cold damage batteries or reduce performance. Don't leave your phone in hot cars or direct sunlight. Test battery health. iPhone settings, battery health and charging, and show maximum capacity. For Android, use manufacturing diagnostic or third-party apps like AccuBattery. Replace the battery if it's old or damaged. If your phone is more than 2 to 3 years old, the battery may be degraded. Visit a certified technician for a battery replacement. If your smartphone is overheating, it's important to cool it down and identify the cause to avoid long-term damage. The immediate steps to cool down your phone is remove the case, which helps heat dissipate faster, and if possible, turn on airplane mode so that it disables radios that generate heat. Move it to a cooler place and keep it out of the direct sunlight or hot environments. Never put it in a freezer. Use shade or a fan instead. Stop intensive tasks and close all apps, especially games, video streaming, and GPS navigation. Lastly, turn off the phone. If your smartphone has degraded performance, such as slow, laggy, or unresponsive, follow these steps to diagnose and speed it up. Quick fixes include restart the phone, which will clear background processes and temporary memory. Clear cache data. For Android, go to Settings, Storage, Cache Data, or Per App, or Settings, Apps, App Name, Storage, Clear Cache. For iPhone, delete and reinstall apps that are bloated, such as Facebook and Instagram. Since low storage can slow down performance, free up storage space, including deleting unused apps, old photos, videos, downloads, and moving media to the cloud such as Google Photos or iCloud, or SD cards such as found in Androids. Use storage optimization tools. For Androids, settings, storage, free up space. For iPhones, settings, iPhone storage, offload unused apps. Reduce or disable animations. For Androids and developer options, reduce or turn off Windows animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. For iPhones, settings, accessibility, motion, reduce motion. Enable power, light mode, or power saving mode, which reduces background task and animation. For deeper diagnosis, check for the app or OS updates such as check, settings, system, software update. Updates often fix bugs and optimize performance. Identify and remove problematic apps. Look for apps using high CPU or memory. For Androids, developer options, running services. For iPhone, settings, battery, and see heavy app usage. Uninstall or disable apps causing high drain. Some brands have built-in hardware tests which allow you to run diagnostic. For Samsung, Samsung Members app. And Pixel has device health services. For iPhone, there is no native tool, but you can run Apple Diagnostic from a Mac. Advanced fixes include back up your data first and then perform a factory reset, which should be done as the last resort. For Android, settings, system, reset, erase all data. For iPhone, settings, general, transfer or reset iPhone, erase all content and settings. Check battery health since an old or weak battery can cause performance throttling. For iPhone, settings, battery health and charging. For Android, use AccuBattery or the manufacturer's diagnostic app. If you're experiencing poor or no connectivity on your smartphone, follow these steps to isolate and fix the problem. Check signal strength by looking at the signal bars or Wi-Fi icon. Try moving to a different location. Indoors, try near a window or outside. Wi-Fi issues, get closer to the router. Make sure airplane mode is off. Toggle airplane mode by turning in airplane mode for 10 seconds, then turn it off, which will reset your wireless radios and often resolves temporary glitches. Restart your phone, which will reset your network stack and fix many connectivity issues. Check network settings including, is your mobile data turned on? Settings, network, mobile data. Does your carrier plan include data? Check usage and billing. Try manually selecting your network, settings, mobile network, network operators. For Wi-Fi, try forget and rejoin the Wi-Fi network. Restart the router if other devices are also having trouble. Test with other apps. Confirm it's a real network issue, not just one app. Try using a browser or multiple apps, such as YouTube, Gmail, and so forth. If one app fails but others work, it's likely an app-specific issue. Reset network settings, which will wipe saved Wi-Fi networks, paired Bluetooth devices, and APNs. For Android, settings, system, reset Wi-Fi, mobile, and Bluetooth. For iPhones, settings, general, transfer to reset iPhone, reset network settings. Check for carrier or ISP outages by using another device to visit your mobile carrier or internet provider website. Search the carrier name outage map on Down Detector or use Twitter. Check for restrictions such as data saver mode or load data mode, which may block background data. Check VPN or firewall apps, which may interfere with connectivity. Disable and test. Try a SIM card test by removing and reinserting your SIM card. Test your SIM in another phone or try another SIM in your phone to isolate if the issue is phone or SIM related. Check for software updates. Outdated firmwares can cause network issues. Settings, system, software update. If your mobile smartphone has physical damaged ports, such as USB-C, Lightning, or headphone jack, you should. If the port is just a little dirty or has some lint, you might try cleaning it out with compressed air, a toothpick, which you use carefully, or a small brush. If the port is visibly bent, broken, or the pins inside are damaged, it's likely a more serious issue where you should consider taking your phone to a reputable repair shop, which is the safest option for significant damage. If you're comfortable with electronic repair, you can find tutorials online on how to replace the charging port yourself. However, This is a delicate process that can easily lead to further damage if not done correctly. Mobile smartphones are not very modular, which may require system board replacement. If you decide to perform your own repairs, you should always back up your phone's data to prevent loss during the repair process. Always turn off your phone before attempting any repairs. Take precautions to avoid electrostatic discharge, which can damage the phone's internal components. If your phone supports wireless charging, using a wireless charging pad can bypass the damaged port altogether. The Digitizer is a part of the phone screen that detects touch input. If you're having issues like unresponsiveness, ghost touches, or inaccurate responses, it's likely a Digitizer problem. To troubleshoot digitized issues, you should first try restarting the device. Since dust, dirt, or moisture can sometimes interfere with the Digitizer, clean the screen by gently wiping the screen with a soft, lint-free cloth. Since the screen protector or case can hinder touch functionality or trap debris, leading to unresponsive areas or ghost touches, remove the screen protector or case. An outdated operating system may have bugs that cause touchscreen problems. Check for and install any available updates. Since adaptive brightness can sometimes cause flickering or unresponsive areas, especially if there's minor water damage or the screen is cracked, you should try disabling adaptive brightness, which is found in the display settings. Test the mobile device in safe mode by researching what buttons to press to enter safe mode, then turn off the mobile device and turn the device back on while pressing the specific buttons. If the issue is caused by a recently downloaded app, running the phone in safe mode, which disables third-party apps, can help identify the culprit. If the touchscreen works in safe mode, restart the phone and uninstall recently installed apps one by one until the problem is resolved. Adjust touch sensitivity, which can be helpful if the screen is responding too slowly or too quickly. Calibrate the touchscreen. As a last resort before considering hardware repair, a factory reset can address deep-seated software glitches. Remember to back up your data beforehand, as this will erase everything on the device. If you're still having Digitizer issues, you'll have to suspect a hardware issue. If the screen is cracked or damaged, it can directly affect the Digitizer. Exposure to water can severely damage internal components, including the Digitizer. Extreme heat or cold can cause the Digitizer to malfunction. Sometimes a drop or impact can cause the Digitizer's internal connection to loosen, leading to unresponsiveness. Gently tapping the corners of the phone might temporarily restore the connection. If the screen displays images correctly but doesn't respond to touch, the Digitizer itself may be faulty. On many new phones, the LCD screen and Digitizers are fused together, so you may need to replace the entire display assembly. If the above troubleshooting steps don't resolve the issue, it likely indicates a hardware problem. Contact your phone's manufacturer, service provider, or an authorized repair center for professional diagnosis and repair. On mobile devices, touchscreen issues like cursor drift can significantly impact your user experience. Cursor drift or unresponsive touchscreen refers to the touchscreen registering touches in a different location than where your finger or stylus actually makes contact, or the screen completely failing to register touches. In extreme cases, the screen may act as it is being touched even though no one is touching it, also known as ghost touch, opening and closing apps randomly, which is usually caused by a malfunction in the Digitizer, which is the part of the screen responsible for sensing touch. Touchscreen calibration helps adjust the touchscreen sensitivity and accuracy to ensure it responds accurately to your touch inputs. While modern mobile devices rarely require calibration, it can be useful in some situations, such as when using a screen protector that affects touch sensitivity, or with older devices where the technology was less advanced. If you find that your touches are consistently registering inaccurately, or if there is a delay in the touch response, recalibrating the touchscreen may be necessary to improve the touch experience. When having cursor drift, you can try: wipe the touchscreen with a clean, soft cloth to remove dirt, oils, or moisture which might be interfering with touch sensitivity. If you suspect your screen protector or case is causing the problem, try removing them and see if the problem persists. A simple restart can often resolve minor software glitches that might be affecting touchscreen responsiveness. Make sure your device's operating system and apps are up to date, as updates often include bug fixes and improvements. If available, Try calibrating the touchscreen using the device's settings or a calibration app. As a last resort, performing a factory reset can address software-related issues, but remember to back up your data beforehand, as this will erase everything from your device. Incompatible or poor quality charges can send unstable power to the device, potentially triggering ghost touches. If none of the above steps work, or if you suspect a hardware issue, it's best to consult a qualified technician or the manufacturer's support for diagnosis and repair. If your stylus is not working on your mobile device, there are a few troubleshooting steps you can take. A simple restart can often resolve minor glitches that may be preventing your stylus from working correctly. Check the stylus's power and connection. If it's an active stylus with a battery, ensure the battery is charged or replace if needed. If it's a Bluetooth stylus, check the Bluetooth connection between the stylus and device and ensure it's paired correctly. Inspect and clean the stylus and screen. The stylus works only with increased pressure. The tip may need replacement or cleaning. Use a damp cloth to gently clean the nib if possible. A dirty screen can interfere with stylus responsiveness. Gently wipe the screen with a clean, soft cloth and avoid harsh chemicals or abrasive materials when cleaning your screen. Try removing cases and screen protectors to see if it resolves the issue. Update your device's software. To help isolate if it's a problem with the stylus or the device, test the stylus on another compatible device. Try Safe Mode, which will temporarily disable third-party apps, allowing you to determine if an app is interfering with the stylus functionality. If none of these steps work, it may be time to consider replacing the stylus or contacting the manufacturer or a repair center for assistance. If you're having trouble installing new applications on your mobile device, start by checking your device's storage space and internet connection. Try restarting your device and clearing the Play Store cache. Check app compatibility. Verify that the app you're trying to install is compatible with your device's hardware and software. As a last resort, you can try to sideload apps, which installing apps from outside the Play Store, but this is generally not recommended for beginners. Sideloading an app on a mobile device refers to installing an application from a source outside of the official App Store, such as the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. This typically involves downloading an app installation file, like an APK for Android, from a website, third-party app store, or other source, and then manually installing it on the device. Sideloading can pose security risks because apps from unofficial sources may not have been vetted by the official app stores and could contain malware or other security vulnerabilities. Users might sideload apps for various reasons, including access to apps not available in the region, early access to beta versions, or to bypass restrictions or fees imposed by official app stores. Enabling sideloading. On Androids, sideloading is typically enabled by changing settings to allow installations from unknown sources or unknown apps. For iOS, sideloading can be more complex, often require third-party app stores or developer tools. Mobile devices are purpose-built systems. You don't need direct access to the operating system. Jailbreaking and rooting are processes to give users deeper access to their mobile device's operating system, allowing for greater customization and control than is normally available. You bypass manufacturer restrictions and gain administrative-level control. Android has rooting, while the Apple iOS is jailbreaking. When you root or jailbreak, you do one or more of the following. You install custom firmware, replace the existing operating system, grant uncontrolled access, circumvent security features, including sideload apps without using an app store, and the MDM becomes relatively useless. While this can offer increased customization and access to additional apps, it also comes with several drawbacks and risks. Jailbreaking and rooting bypasses built-in security features, making devices more susceptible to malware, viruses, and unauthorized access, which can lead to malicious software to exploit these vulnerabilities to steal sensitive user data, including passwords, financial details, and personal information. It can lead to devices losing access to official security updates, leaving them exposed to known and emerging security threats. Jailbreaking and rooting can lead to system instability and performance issues, including crashes and freezes, performance degradation, and disruption of services. Jailbreaking and rooting can cause loss of warranty and support and can have legal implications or violate intellectual property laws, potentially leading to fines or legal consequences. Jailbreaking and routing can cause incompatibility with apps and services, particularly with those applications that are related to sensitive data like banking and finance. Jailbreaking and rooting can potentially render the device completely unusable, which is a process known as bricking. Bricking usually occurs due to failed firmware updates, malware infections, or improper modifications. Malware includes viruses, spyware, trojans, phishing, and browsing exploits, which may affect the usability of your phone and or cause confidential data to be exposed. Remember, you store passwords and credit card information on your phone. To help protect your device and your data, keep your phone updated. Choose mobile security or antivirus software from a trusted vendor. Consider installing a firewall, which will have to be purchased, downloaded, and installed. Firewalls can monitor and control network traffic, use to block or allow communications between an application and the internet, and notify you when an application is communicating to the internet. Firewall will be part of an antivirus software. Download apps from the official app stores. Both Google Play and Apple App Store vet the apps. Avoid jailbreaking or rooting your mobile device. Jailbreaking or rooting your phone bypasses what phone manufacturers intended security protocols and weakens the security of your device. Always read the end user agreements to make sure that you're not installing suspicious software. Some vendors will put this in the end user agreement. Make sure you have a backup of your data and applications if you need to restore your phone. Question: you have a user that has a laptop that has worked for about 4 years. Now there's a small bulge in the bottom casing and sometimes the system overheats. What component do you need to replace? Answer: battery. Question: you have a mobile phone that gets really hot to the touch and does not retain a charge. It is also very slow, especially while charging. Which of the following is most likely causing these symptoms? Answer: defective battery. Question: you have a cell phone is getting hot. Which of the following are most likely to be possible causes? Choose 3 answers. Answers: using a device as a Wi Fi hotspot, a failing battery, and too many open applications. Question: you have a smartphone that will no longer accept its charging cable. You notice the phone does not have a protective case and the user constantly transports the phone in a pocket. You attempt to use a secondary charger, but the cable falls out of the phone. Which of the following is most likely cause of the issue? Answer: the charge port contains foreign objects such as lint. Question: you are troubleshooting a smartphone that has a large dark area on the screen. The screen has no damage to indicate that it is cracked. Which of the following best describes why a blot is on the screen? Answer: liquid damage. Question: You are unable to use a drawing stylus on a smartphone. The smartphone did not originally come with the stylus. Which of the following is most likely the cause of this issue? Answer: the drawing stylus only works with a special digitizer. Question: you purchased an active touch pen for a tablet PC. After the customer used the pen for a few days, it stopped working. Which of the following is most likely causing the issue? Answer: the pen batteries need recharging. For more information, visit these sites. In summary, today, many phones are water resistant, not waterproof. When a phone gets wet, you should remove it from the liquid immediately. Turn the phone off and leave it off. Put the phone in an airtight container and fill the bag with silica gel packets and bury the phone in the bag. Leave your phone in the bag for 24 to 48 hours. The best way to prevent a cracked phone screen is to use a protective case with plastic or glass cover for the front. Lithium-based batteries can swell and produce a gas when they are overheated. Removing a swollen battery can be hazardous, but leaving a swollen battery inside the device also poses risk. If your smartphone is overheating, it's important to cool it down and identify the cause to avoid long-term damage. To help protect your device and your data, keep your phone updated. Thank you for watching this video. This video completes the mobile devices series of videos. The next series of videos will be networking. If you like this video, click the like button. If you have not already subscribed, subscribe to the Pat Has Your Back channel. Thank you.